Yo, yo, yo. Welcome back, guys, to another live with Dr. Shizzy. How y'all feeling today? Listen, as you can see from the title of this broadcast, it's called Bittersweet. Tired, but still standing, guys. Tired, but still standing. So come in and let me know how you feeling when you watching from. If you watching this on the replay, let me know, did you enjoy your day today? So this is the Hood to Hooded podcast, day 16, and baby, you know, welcome. Welcome to day 16, the consistency project, guys. Welcome to day 16. Alrighty. So yeah, guys, today is day 16 of the consistency project, and I'm gonna keep it all the way real, all the way. I'm tired today. I'm tired. But guess what? I am here, and I beat my deadline to show up. This is the part that people don't talk about when they say just be consistent, right? They don't talk about the nights where your body is on E, your mind is cloudy, and your soul still wants you to win. They don't talk about that. So that's how I feel. I feel like my body is on E. Because it's been a long day working as a doctor and running a dental practice. And Jen just feeling exhausted on top of homesick. My mind is on cloud because just tired, you know. But I still want to win. I still want to freaking show up. So that's why I'm here tonight. Because I ain't no quitter. I'm not a quitter, guys. And I want to prove it to myself. So I said, you know what? Let me get my butt up out the bed. I know the exhaustion wants to take over our goals. But we ain't having that tonight. So I see you, my Niji, around the world and on Turtle Island. I see you. We in here. In here, baby. In here. So that's where I'm at tonight, guys. I'm on eating. I was laying in the bed thinking, what if I just skip tonight? But then the other voice came into my head a little bit louder and it said, get your ass up, girl. What you doing laying in that bed? You got this 365-day consistency project you done started and you on day 16 and you gonna lay down? Okay, you better get up out that bed. Hopped up out the bed, turned my swag on. Then I looked in the mirror, said, what's up? Hey. Hopped up out the bed, turn my swag. Okay. Let me chill out. That's not what I said, but that's what I had to feel like to get up and be consistent. You gotta just hop up out the bed and turn your consistency on. So it's more like hopped up out the bed, turn consistency on. Nah, that ain't hitting. But y'all get the point. So this stream right here, this is a victory stream. This is my victory stream, baby. Because this is one of them nights where I could have just said, you know, this shit. I'm going to sleep. But I decided to get up. And this is my victory stream, not because I'm hyped, not because I'm doing the most. It's just because I showed up. That's the only reason why. It's because I showed up. And that's what this whole thing is about, guys. It's me showing up 365 days. And not sleeping on my audience. Right now. That's what it's about. That's what it's about, guys. It's just showing up. So, our first segment of the night is going to be called Don't Quit Now. This is a topic that I chose because why most people give up at this point in consistency journey. Why do most people give up? This is the part where most people tap out. Not the beginning. Not when it's cute and new. It's the moment right here. Day 16, week 2, that first month. It's so easier when life hits for you to just tap out on your goals, tap out on your dreams. All the excitement that you had in the beginning. You know, let's adjust my camera. All that excitement that you had in the beginning, my Niji, it kind of dissipates. You like, dang, I'm tired. Too tired to accomplish my goals today. Yep, this is when most people quit. So that's why it's called Don't Quit. You too close to turn around now. You too close to turn around now, my Niji. Don't y'all agree? Don't turn around now when you got your momentum. You know, yesterday we talked about getting over that inertia. All the energy it takes to start, like tonight. It took me a little bit of energy to start, but here we are. This could potentially be my worst live ever, but hey. I showed up. That's all that matters, baby. Mm. That's all that matters, baby. Is that we showed up tonight. Now, do y'all know what separates the winners from the wishers? They keep going. People who wish, remember, a lot of people, 3% of people write their goals and dreams down. Only 3% of adults, right? We want to be in that mix. I'm trying to tell you. We don't want to be in the mix of just wishing and praying on a fantasy. We don't want to be in that mix. So that's what separates. That's what separates. Okay, Dr. Chung can't talk tonight. Let me just bad it. Let me just bad it. That's what separates. That's what separates the winners from the wishers. Those 3% of winners, they keep going anyway. You got to keep going anyways. Even if it's messy, even if you have low energy, even if you're barely holding it together, because showing up tired is still showing up. So to anybody out there in Twitch world or around the world, my message for this segment is do not quit on yourself. Do not quit. Not today, not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, not ever in your life quit on yourself and not on your goals. And yes, we must rest, but remember, sometimes when we make goals, you got to either accomplish your goals or get rest. And I'm not saying like don't get rest. That's not what I'm saying. But if you pick a goal that requires you to go extra hard, then you just got to do what you got to do. We always going to throw in dental school because dental school is one of those experiences where you just got to go hard. Like, even when you tired, you just got to wake up and go hard. And have that momentum and that ability to never quit even when your brain feels tired as hell. Okay? What happened to my chat box? There we go. It's just going even when you feel, you know, even when you feel tired. Okay? So, yes, rest, but don't quit. Don't quit on yourselves. That's that Delulu coming out, boy. Don't quit on yourselves. No matter what you do. So, yeah. That's what I wanted to tell y'all is don't quit. Don't quit. Okay? Now, my day has been so crazy. And we were supposed to start this book, Never Eat Alone. So before we move forward, guys, let's turn this. Before we move forward, let me dip into this new book real quick. Like, we'll go really slow with it. Let me make sure my mic is on, because y'all know my own sound girl. Give me just a second. Let me just check. Mic check. I can't be forgetting this type of stuff. Let me do a mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Let me get a mic check. Get a hype check. Let me turn it up right quick on a hype check. Yeah. Get a mic check. Can I get a mic check? Can I get a hype check with a mic check? Yeah, yeah. Turn me up. DJ, turn me up. Please turn me up. Can I get a mic check with a hype check? Alrighty, so we're gonna go slow, but here is the first paragraph of Never Eat Alone. You can read the opening to set the tone yourselves. So never eat alone. The first section of this book, Never Eat Alone, is about the mindset. Okay, so we just finished Eat That Frog talking about procrastination and all the different jewels to overcome procrastination and to keep that momentum for your dreams and your goals, guys. So this book that we're tackling now is all about networking for success and relationship secrets. This is important when you're going from hood to hood to tackle those relationships and to learn how to get better at them. We all can get better at relationships. So like I said, section 1, the mindset. First chapter is becoming a member of the club. Becoming a member of the club. Let's check out this first chapter 1. We're not going to read this whole chapter on live. Yeah. What I normally do is I'll read it and then I just take out the meat and potatoes and then I bring it to you guys. So it says, becoming a member of the club. Relationships are all there is. Everything in the universe only exists because in relationship to everything else, nothing exists in isolation. We have to stop pretending we are individuals that can go it alone. And that's Margaret Wheatley. And then I'll just read the first page. It's really not, I don't know if it's really too interesting or if we'll get any information out of the first page, but we're going to get started. It says, how on earth did I get here? I kept asking myself in those early days as an overwhelmed first-year student at Harvard Business School. So the guy who wrote this book went to Harvard Business School. So we getting a little insight from, Harvard. It said, there wasn't a single accounting or finance class in my background. Looking around me, I saw ruthlessly focused young men and women who had undergraduate degrees in business. They'd gone on to crunch numbers or analyze spreadsheets in the finest firms on Wall Street. Most were from wealthy families and had pedigrees and legacies and Roman numerals in their names. Sure, I was intimidated. How was a guy like me from a working class family with a liberal arts degree and a couple years at a traditional manufacturing company going to compete with purebreds from McKinsey and Goldman Sachs, who from my perspective seemed as if they'd been computing business data in their cribs? It was a defining moment in my life, in my career and my life. I was a country boy from southwestern Pennsylvania, raised in a small, hard-working steel and coal town outside of Latrobe called Youngstown. Our region was so rural, you couldn't see another house from the porch of our modest home. My father worked in the local steel mill, and on weekends he'd do construction. My mother cleaned the homes of the doctors and lawyers in the nearby town. My brother escaped small-town life by way of the Army. My sister got married in high school and moved out when I was a toddler. And we're going to stop there. So just that first page alone gives us a lot of insight about, this guy who wrote this book and how he came from not having those relationships, not having legacy, which is kind of like a lot of us coming from hood to hood. We don't have pedigree. We don't have legacy. I remember my first time even hearing about legacy really was when I was trying to get into dental school. There's something called legacy. So if you have a father or mother who has been in the dental program, and they kind of groom you to go into the program that's called legacy, because you're carrying on the legacy, okay? But one person has to make it through for the legacy to even start, okay? So for me, going through dental school, I had to make it through for me to break the generational curse for my family, for my legacy to even begin. So that first paragraph or that first page really hits home. So hopefully we can continue to dive into this book and get some more meat and potatoes. But I just wanted to, get started on that. Hello, Clifford 2000. How y'all feeling tonight? So we're going to continue to dive in that book, Never Eat Alone, and find out more secrets about success and relationships and how they impact our whole entire life. All right? Actually, we're going to go here to our oral cancer treatment deep dive. I wanted to talk about how oral cancer is treated. Is it deadly, and what is the survival rate? A lot of people ask questions about oral cancer, so I wanted to go into how it's treated. Is it deadly? So that we can know the facts. So, how is oral cancer treated? So, normally, one of the ways is surgery to remove the ulcers or the cancerous tissue, which is why you want to catch it early before it spreads, and then you lose a lot of the tissue because it does spread. Number 2 is radiation therapy to kill the cancerous cells in the area. Number 3, chemo. And we all know chemo is kind of like poison to the body if it spreads or if it's very aggressive. So chemo is really, really tough, and a lot of people struggle with that. And sometimes immunotherapy and targeted drug therapy. So just like most cancers, radiation, chemo, and trying to stop it from spreading, that's the same way you treat oral cancer. And then I have the question, is it deadly? Like many cancers, early detection is important. If you catch it early, it increases your chances of survival by 80 to 90%. But if you don't, then the chances rapidly decline because it's such an aggressive disease. The 5-year survival rate for early stage oral cancer is 84%. If it's caught late, those numbers drop significantly. And most people, guys, ignore those early signs. So awareness is everything. If you get a sore in your mouth that does not heal, it lasts for longer than 2 weeks, bleeds easily, make sure you go have it checked out. Okay, let me see what you said, Clifford. Oh, let me pull up my chat, guys. Let me pull up my chat, guys. Let's refresh the chat so I can see. Now, why can't I see the chat? So Streamlabs is tripping. I need to be added as a moderator in order to remove messages. You can do this by clicking to the right of my name. What? So Streamlabs trying to remove y'all messages, guys. It's still tripping. Just ignore Streamlabs because I don't know what's going on with the Streamlabs. I really don't. I can't figure that part out. I can't figure that part out, guys. Kudos to you, Wolf. Oh, I was trying to read the messages. Kudos to you, Wolf. Streamlabs is an AI troll. Now I can see the comments popping up. Streamlabs is an AI troll. This is the second day in a row Streamlabs been hating. I don't know how to turn that off. I blocked it on my end. I don't know how to turn it off, guys. That is so crazy. Now, yesterday we had some good questions from our tribe about, do dogs get cavities? You guys remember that? And I told you yes, but it is rare for dogs to get cavities, because guess why? Can anybody guess why it would be harder for a dog to get a cavity than a human? It's a pretty easy answer. So that's why you really don't hear about it unless the dog has the same thing that causes cavities in humans is just the same as the cavities in dogs. But they don't eat as much sugar as us, guys. They don't eat a lot of candy. You don't see dogs eating Snickers. You don't see dogs drinking Red Bull. So because they naturally eat less sugar, they rarely get cavities. They bite and chew. Yes, they rarely get cavities. And their mouths have more natural bacteria balance than ours. Isn't that crazy? But if they eat a lot of processed foods, treats, or have poor oral hygiene, yes, they can develop decay. They can. And dogs can have dental extractions, cleanings, root canals done with anesthesia. So if you have a pet out there, make sure you just buy them treats that clean their teeth naturally. But if anything, just don't buy them a lot of processed treats, I guess. I don't own a dog, but, I imagine they do have some sweet treats for dogs. I went to the dentist when I was a kid, and it was a fun memory. It should be a fun memory. Like, a lot of people have terrible experiences at the dentist, and I'm trying to figure out why the dentist is turning out mean. I actually work with a dentist. My second job as an associate with this guy. He was one of the meanest dentists I have ever experienced in my life, so I couldn't even work there that long. So there are some mean dentists, but there are also some very pleasant dentists. And if you go to the dentist as a kid, you're probably getting the pediatric dentist, and they are extra, extra nice. Another thing I wanted to touch on is somebody asked, can teeth remineralize? And I did say yes, kind of, to a point, and that's the same thing. I went back and did some research. So enamel doesn't regenerate, but early stage demineralization can be reversed. So like I said, it doesn't regenerate once your enamel is formed, but you can stop it from demineralizing by using fluoride to help strengthen the enamel and support remineralization. And then the Curodont product that I mentioned yesterday uses peptides to guide natural mineral rebuilding in the tooth. So kind of rebuilding the tooth, kind of. All right. And the last thing we talked about yesterday that I wanted to hit on is the electric toothbrush versus the manual toothbrush. Okay. So both work pretty good as long as you're brushing properly. Okay. But electric toothbrushes are always going to be more effective at removing the plaque. You can't spin as fast as an electric toothbrush. You can't move the toothbrush as fast. It's kind of like AI. AI thinks a little bit faster than if you had no AI. Built-in timers also help you brush the proper time. Most toothbrushes will tell you, hey, you didn't do the 2 minutes, and then it'll give you a sad face. And electric toothbrushes are good for people who have mobility issues, braces, or poor technique, which is a lot of us have poor oral hygiene technique. And manual brushes work fine, but require perfect technique and more effort. So if you can afford an electric toothbrush, definitely try to get one. But if you can't, make sure you still brush twice per day. Circular motions, 45 degree angle at the gum line. So make sure you brush at the gum line. Soft bristle toothbrush. What company makes the best toothpaste? There was an author episode where he had a loose tooth. His friends, namely Francine, teased him for it, calling him a baby. Oh, he was a baby with a baby tooth. That's so cute. What company makes the best toothpaste? That would be such a biased answer for me to give. I think it really depends on if you want fluoride in your toothpaste, what type of toothpaste you need. Everybody can't use the same toothpaste. If you have periodontal disease, there are some toothpastes that are going to be better for your gums, like Periodontax. Some people like natural organic toothpaste, so they might like a Tom's. Some people have sensitive teeth, so they might need like a rapid relief Sensodyne. Some people have gingivitis. They may need a toothpaste that's better for bleeding. So that's kind of like a multifaceted answer. And as a dentist, I normally prescribe toothpaste based on the oral health condition. Like if someone has lots of inflammation, prone to cavities, then I will give them a fluoride prescription toothpaste. So, but which company makes the best toothpaste? They all about doing the same thing. I use Sensodyne. I like the Sensodyne Rapid Relief because I did whitening one time and it made my teeth a tiny bit sensitive, so that really helps out. It said the dentist had to let him know it's okay to lose baby teeth late. Everyone is different. Arthur was 8 years old in the 3rd grade. Francine was being a jerk. Have you seen the episode? I have not seen the episode. I haven't seen Arthur in so long. You know about all those shows. Like, I remember those shows. Where is everybody? I don't know. They probably sleep because it's late. That's where they are. Everybody's probably home, sleep in a bed because it's kind of late. But I definitely thank you for coming in here and chatting. So, like I said, guys, it was a struggle for me to show up here today. It was a struggle, but I'm on this 365-day consistency challenge. So, I could not let day 16, not sweet 16, pass by and quit on myself. Going live every day as a dentist, it sounds a little delusional, but like I said, I really want to be a streamer, and when you want something, you got to make time for it. So I have to make time and show up, and regardless, like you said, Clifford, where is everybody? Even when everybody is asleep in the bed or, busy, I still have to show up for myself, regardless. And that's the hardest part about this consistency project is the beginning. Starting this with 0 chatters, because listen, I've been going at this 16 days with nobody in the audience, with nobody chatting and hanging in there and pushing through and keeping it going. And that's what it's about. When you're following your dreams or when you have a mission, all the days are not going to be pretty. Everybody is not going to always show up for you. Everything is not always going to align. Your energy isn't always going to be there. Because 365 days is like every day in a row, and you already know life be lifing. Shit happens. It really does. Today I was in the bed, not even really feeling too good, but I said I can't make excuses. That's the one thing we can't not do is make excuses. You just can't do it. So I'm showing up for all the people who get started on their dreams, and then they're like, dang, you know what? It's much easier to throw in the towel now while nobody's looking. It's so much easier to throw in the towel when you just get started. I only been doing it 6 days. I could go ahead and quit. But I am literally, guys, trying to develop this consistency gene, this consistency muscle, because it's something I lack. I don't want to talk myself out of doing it. I don't want to even feel like, oh man, like, it ain't working. I ain't really getting no chatters yet. That will come with time. You have to prove things to yourself first and then get greater later. You got to show up imperfect and then it gets better later. Every day we show up for ourselves, back to back to back, we gain that momentum. It just is what it is. It says, whose idea was the challenge? This is discipline at its finest. It was my idea to do this challenge because, number one, I really want to be a streamer. But as a dental professional, that's kind of hard task, especially running a dental practice. That makes it even harder because at the end of the day, I still have a lot of paperwork to do, a lot of things going on. But I didn't want to get into the mindset of just, not doing what I want to do. I like streaming. I enjoy streaming. Even though sometimes it gets difficult, I know that in order to be a streamer, you got to show up every day. Or at least a lot. So I said, you know what? I'm going to challenge myself to see if I could do 1 hour a day, something that I really like without quitting and not letting dentistry overtake every part of me, because dentistry has a way of just like consuming every part of you. And it's, as a dentist, you have to be consuming your work, but I want to do something different. Like, step outside of the box, get online, use my oral hygiene education, reach people around the world, save teeth globally, build my community, a community that shows up for me and where I can show up, because I read something where it said, how do you want to build an audience or a community of supporters or a tribe when you don't even show up? You can't take days off from your tribe. Like, you can't take days off from communication. So that hit home for me. So I said, you know what? I'm showing up regardless. Whenever my tribe get here, I will be here. My mom can use some lessons from you. No, not your mom. Yeah, I had to really develop my consistency muscle, guys, cuz yes, I'm a doctor, but what is a doctor if you can't be consistent? Like, I can't let my consistency muscle atrophy. Okay? We cannot let our consistency muscle atrophy. That means get weak, lose all the nutrients and the minerals, and just drift away. A lot of people just let their consistency, their discipline, their self-esteem, their self-love, all of the things that build character just disappear, because sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it is hard. Showing up here ain't easy, and I want y'all to know that it's not easy to show up every day, but anything easy may not be worth having. So sometimes you got to do some things that aren't too easy, get you out of your comfort zone. And that's what it's all about, getting out of that comfort zone. I didn't have all the energy, but guess what? You got to have heart. That's all I need to go live, is to have heart and to have fun. All these other requirements, that's why I honestly also did the consistency project, because I didn't want to get in my own head like, okay, but what am I going to say? Am I going to have the perfect words to say? Am I going to have the perfect... I just wanted to show up. That's what consistency is, showing up. And sometimes that's the hardest thing to do. There was an episode of Clifford the Red... I can't read. There was an episode of Clifford the Big Red Dog 2000 where he had a really big itch he couldn't stop scratching. The vet had to put some lotion on him. I really thought she was going to say he had fleas, but no. He only had a rash, wherever that came from. The writers missed an opportunity to make a commentary on what happens when dogs have fleas and health consequences. Okay. I thought we was going somewhere with that. What? I don't think the writer wanted to mention about the fleas. You know what I mean? Yeah, you threw me for a loop there, Clifford. The Big Red Dog. But yeah, so I want to... This was a weird live for me, guys. It was weird. Like, it's weird when you overcome one of your hard days. And I imagine I'll have more hard days. And honestly, I was missing my mom a lot today. Because I can't just pick up the phone and call her. I can't just, like, bask in her momminess, you know. And being 8 years old, losing her, I don't think I'll ever heal that part of me. So some days that depression tries to sneak back in, that sadness tries to sneak back in on my hard days, and I just start to miss my mom. So I'm a work in progress for the rest of my life when it comes to that. So if anybody out there has ever lost a mom or ever lost a parent or somebody that you really love, especially at such a young age, then you can kind of feel my pain, you know. So that's another reason why today was hard and bittersweet. So that's why being consistent isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up. And it means loving yourself enough to show up even when you are struggling. And self-love is being honest with how you feel and still moving with intention. So today I'm honest with how I feel, but I'm still moving with intention and still not letting it rob me of my peace, my happiness, or my joy. Okay, so don't let your mood today dictate your destiny. Every day is a new day. So tomorrow it will be a new day, and you can just show up for yourself tired, but just don't ghost yourself. Don't ghost your audience. Okay? He said, I remember that episode and it baffled me. They should have had an episode where Clifford or one of his dog friends went to the dentist to get their teeth clean. Now, see, that would be something they could do. They need to have it where he went to the dentist to get his teeth clean. Exactly. Now the fleas, like, what we gonna do with that episode? They did miss the opportunity for something. So there was one scene in one episode, I think it was in Andy Birdie Makes Three, where Emily had to brush Clifford's teeth. She used a broom, I think, for a toothbrush. It made me laugh so hard. Oh my Lord, not a broom. I guess if you don't got nothing else, I don't know, not a broom. You are really like a Clifford fanatic. I've never met somebody who knows like so many episodes about Clifford. Like, fanatic. Did you see the movie? I'm sure. I'm sure you saw the movie. I'm sure you saw it. And honestly, they need more cartoons about brushing for the youth, because, you know, once you get a cavity, it's no fun. We really need to be talking about this more. Did you guys know that childhood caries is the most preventable disease, but most people have cavities? It's our diet, guys. All right, it's our diet. It's what we eat. I saw the 2021 movie. That's the movie I think that I saw. The Clifford the Big Red Dog movie. It reminded me of all those books and cartoons. Do you collect Clifford stuff? They made Clifford look like a giant Labrador puppy. Yes, they did. It was kind of crazy. It was a weird movie, but I did watch it. Some kind of way I have a kid in me still. Like, I watch The Simpsons still. I watch a lot of cartoons still. I just watched The Lion King. I just like to keep my kid essence. As we get older and life be life, and you gotta go back and watch cartoons sometimes to keep your brain, you know, mellow. They took Clifford's Puppy Day design and made it CGI. What is CGI? Yeah, they made him really, really big. And I think they were trying to like hide him or something. It was kind of crazy. That movie was cray cray. Lion King and 101 Dalmatians were my favorite Disney movies. Computer graphic imagery. I didn't know what the hell that meant. Now, Lion King, definitely one of my faves. I even saw the new Lion King. I didn't finish the new Lion King. I don't know why. Maybe it was just too new. Or was it Mufasa that I didn't finish? One of them I didn't finish. But I love the Lion King. Another series that I like is, dang, is it Goofy? The Goofy movie? Y'all know, is that a Disney movie? The Goofy movie? Now, the Goofy movie, that's one of my favorite movies. Stand out above the crowd, even if I gotta shout out loud. Tonight is the only thing you'll see. Gonna stand out. Hey, I think his name was Powerline. Y'all remember that? Y'all probably don't remember that. Why they made Emily red hair? In the books cartoon, she had yellow hair. I don't know. You know, when they do the book transition to the movies, they do mess a lot of the things up. They do mess it up a little bit. And then when we're used to the childhood version and they come out with some new stuff, we like, wait. This don't look too good. This ain't right. That's kind of like the Sonic movie. I never really watched the Sonic movie because it was just too weird. Like, wait, what is going on? The Goofy movie was based on the TV series Goof Troop. I love the Goofy movie though. One of my favorites. An extremely goofy movie came out in 2000. I don't know if I saw that one. I don't know if I saw Extremely Goofy movie. I don't know if I saw that one. So yeah, lately I just been on The Simpsons. I haven't really watched any other cartoons lately besides Lion King, The Simpsons, and those are my go-to for right now. I like The Simpsons because they tell a lot of truth in there about the Niji and the indigenous people. So they tell a lot of truth in The Simpsons. So that's why I watch The Simpsons. Okay. So guys, just some final words about, today. Bittersweet 16. Like I said, don't let the hustle rob you of your peace. Don't allow comparisons online to steal you of your joy. And don't let today's mood dictate your destiny. You can show up for yourself. And this is day 16. I am so proud of us showing up for ourselves even when our body is tired, we feel weary, and we are exhausted dreamers in here. But dreamers must still rise. Even when we get exhausted, we still got to show up with a big smile on our face, right? Because that's what optimism is about. It's seeing the glass half full versus half empty. You feel me? I saw the 2019 Lion King remake. My favorite scene was when Timon and Pumbaa sang the lion sleeps tonight. In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion. Yeah. Akuma we, akuma we, akuma we, akuma we. Hey. Dr. Sean is known to break out in song at any moment now. Donald Glover and Beyonce's rendition of "Can You Feel the Love Tonight" made me tear up. Oh, can you feel the love tonight? Yeah, that's one of my favorite movies. Best childhood memories. Favorite. I was wild from start to finish with the visuals. Yeah, I love me some Beyonce. I'm a part of the Beehive, guys. I'm an honorary Beehive member. I've been to at least 3 to 4 Beyonce concerts. So, yeah. Beyonce fan, baby. Did you know Timon and Pumbaa had their own TV series? Did not know that. You just threw me for a loop there. Seems like I was born today. Did not know that. Or, yeah, I don't think I knew that. Maybe I did, but I don't remember. When was that? A Timon and Pumbaa series. What? You still have the VHS copy of the original Lion King cartoon when you was 5? You gotta be a collector. That is crazy. 5 years old? What? Yeah, you gotta be a collector to have that. That has to be old. Timon and Pumbaa aired 95, 99. I must have seen at least one of those episodes. That 94 area, 95 area, that was when my mom passed away. So a lot of those memories I don't even really remember. I kind of blocked those out, honestly. That was like one of the most traumatic times of my life. So 94, she passed away. 95, 96, 98, all of that was just trauma. So I probably don't remember those cartoons. Don't remember them at all. But I'm good for a good rerun. You probably can't even find them now. Maybe they do have it on Disney. I got a Disney Plus subscription. Simba was the first animal character that I could honestly say I could relate to. Really? Why is that? Why do you feel like you could relate to Simba? Simba was so meek and like sweet, but also very stand on business type. You must feel the same way Simba did when Mufasa died. Absolutely. I probably felt a little worse because, I mean, Simba at least had his father there a little bit, but my situation was a little different. Timon and Pumbaa is available on Disney Plus. What? Now you're going to have me going looking that up tonight. I'm serious, guys. I really like cartoons. I really do. Whenever I have a bad day, or whenever I have a busy day, or like a day like today, a Bittersweet 16. But we showed up though, guys. I might go watch me some cartoon just to mellow out for the night. You know what I'm saying? There you go, relatable. Yes, I might go and chill out and watch me some Timon and Pumbaa because they make me laugh. They funny, you know. So yeah, man, I am proud. Thank you to my tribe. Thank you, Clifford 2000 fan, for dropping in for 2 days in a row and chilling and chit-chatting and keeping the chat alive. I really appreciate it. And if you watch this on the replay, thank you for joining me on the replay, guys. And remember, we are not going to ghost ourselves. So every day for the next 365 days, do y'all think I can make it? I almost didn't make it today, but I'm here and I did it. We did it. We did it. Lion Guard was a newer show that came out in 2015-2016. 3 seasons, 78 episodes, aired on Disney Junior. How do you know so much about like these cartoons? How do you remember all of this stuff? I never even heard of Lion Guard. Is that like a remake of Lion King? Never heard of it before. Never heard of that one. I'm subscribing so I can be notified the next time you stream. Thank you, Clifford 2000 fan. I really appreciate it. So yeah, guys. Tomorrow is day 17, but tonight we rest. This is Dr. Cheetah's Sunflower. I see you to all my Niji out there on Turtle Island. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful night. I send you positive vibes. And if you can't show up for yourself, just let me be a reminder that you can do anything you put your mind to. So shift your mindset today. Show up for yourself even when it's hard, even when you have those difficult days. Stand on business about your goals, your dreams, your business, whatever you want to do in life. Stand on business about it. All right? So we've survived another day of the Consistency Project. I can't believe it. I've been on here 16 days straight. 16 days straight. So tomorrow is day 17, and I am proud about it, baby. Proud about it. All right? I was a little worried today. I'm like, I don't know how this is going to go. I'm not prepared, but the only thing that I want to do is be consistent and show up. And we did that. We did that. Clifford, the Lion Guard was a spinoff that took place during the events of Lion King 2, Simba's Pride, 1998. I never heard of any of this stuff. I wish there was a show where Kiara was queen. It'd be like Lion King meets Downtown Abbey. Yeah, I think they gonna continue to reboot Lion King and make different spinoffs of it. The Mufasa one, I don't know if I finished that one. But, you know, I'm a fan of the brand. I can't complain. I hope they continue to keep it alive. Because the lion sleeps tonight. Just like Dr. Sean is going to be asleep tonight, guys. So it has been fun. Thank you for joining me. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you, Clifford 2000. Have a wonderful night. Peace out, guys.